Hello YouTube. I just wanted to, it's been a while since I posted a video. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today. There was some news out a few days ago. I didn't want to respond to it right away because I wanted to kind of sit back and think about it first. You know, I don't like to give knee-jerk reactions and, you know, you can kind of make a fool out of yourself that way. So I wanted to kind of sit back, analyze the situation for a while. But you probably figured out I'm talking about the Rand Paul endorsing Mitt Romney. There's been a huge uproar in the Ron Paul community about this. It's causing a great deal of division in the movement. It's causing a lot of dissent, a lot of fighting. And I don't want to comment directly, I don't want to comment directly on Rand himself. So much as I just want to talk about the implications of this for the movement as a whole. I saw a video recently of somebody, a lady who was burning all of her Ron Paul stuff, and she was basically saying, "Oh, I should have known. I was so fooled. I was so used. I'll never support anybody again." You know, all this other stuff. And I couldn't help but think, first and foremost, how people are jumping the gun on this. Let's try to remind ourselves that Ron Paul and Rand Paul are not the same person. Rand Paul has never claimed to be a libertarian. He has always claimed to be a conservative Republican. He disagrees with his father on a number of issues, for example, sanctions in Iran. He has adamantly opposed war in Iran, and he has voted for sanctions under the condition that they did not give authority to declare war, but he disagrees with his father about sanctions. That's one area. And all I'm trying to say with that is Rand is not his father. And let me tell you, if Ron Paul endorses Mitt Romney, I'll be very upset. And trust me, you'll know when it happens, or if it happened, because it will be all over the mainstream media. CNN, Fox News, the New York Times, everybody will be... It'll be the first time that Ron Paul ever made the front page of any story. Ron Paul endorses Mitt Romney. For all the other times they ignored him and discounted him and how unimportant he was in the race, if he endorsed Mitt Romney, he would immediately be front page. So you'll know if that happens. But it hasn't happened. Ron Paul has not endorsed Mitt Romney. So what am I trying to say? Stop calling Ron Paul a sellout. Stop trying to act like, oh, the liberty movement is over. It failed. We should have known better than to trust him. Rand is not his father. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Nepotism does not work in the liberty movement. And the cause of liberty goes much deeper than family. And as a libertarian, if you listen to Ron Paul talk, we don't judge people by groups. Ron Paul himself said rights don't come in bunches, they come as individuals. It's all about the individual. Individual responsibility, individual liberties, individual values. We judge people as individuals, not what race they are, not what religion they are, not what political party they are, and not what family they come from. We judge them as individuals. So I would ask you to give Ron Paul that same consideration. Beyond that, the revolution isn't over. So people need to stop freaking out and throwing their hands up and saying, oh, I should have known. Stop. It's not over. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to snap my fingers and Ron Paul's going to be president. He may. It's a very slim chance, but it could happen. There's a lot of stuff going on, and the convention hasn't occurred yet. Delegates haven't really been counted. He just won the vast majority of delegates in Iowa. Nobody saw that coming, apparently. But, yeah. It's not over yet, but regardless of if he wins the presidency or not, which he himself has said he might not, regardless of if he wins the nomination for the presidency or not, the movement continues. Because the movement is not Ron Paul. I've said it before, Ron Paul is not just a person. He's not a political figure that we're looking to save us from this. We have to save ourselves from this. We have to save each other from this. This is a much bigger movement. Even if Ron Paul was elected president, it wouldn't be over. He'd still have Congress to deal with. This is much bigger than Ron Paul. This is a movement. So what does this mean for us? It's a very tiring movement because it's been very slow. I mean, how do you think Ron feels? He's been at this for what, 20, 30 years now? I've only been at this for a year. I mean, I was interested in Ron Paul in 2008, but it wasn't until last year that I really started getting into the whole political thing. And I already feel tired. And it feels slow, and it feels like we're not making any progress, but Rome wasn't built in a day. And I can guarantee you liberty will not be restored in a day. It's a long-term mission. It's a long-term journey and quest. And it's not over. And we need to stop being so worried about where it ends. Like, it ends if Ron Paul's in the White House, or it ends if these laws get overturned and those laws. No, we need to be more worried about here and now. Where does it begin? It begins with you. How does it happen? By you getting involved in your community. By you getting involved in politics. By you becoming informed about all the candidates. Not just a presidential candidate, because this is a problem with the United States. We only vote for presidents. But we got a Congress full of a bunch of losers. I don't even know who I'm going to vote for Congress this year, because both of the people running in my district are idiots. I'm thinking maybe I should run just to make a statement. Or maybe I should, I don't know, maybe I should write in Barney for Congress. I don't know. We need more people to run. We need more people to volunteer. We need more people to talk to their friends and their families, to go into their schools and their workplaces, to go into their communities, to get involved. I'm thinking about going to a city council meeting in my local area. And who knows, maybe someday I'll be crazy enough to actually run for some crazy office. This is the thing that we need to do. It's a grassroots movement. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens with people getting involved and doing their research, supporting the right candidates, getting the right people in the right positions, and winning freedom one community, one individual at a time. That's how change happens, one person at a time. This is all I'm trying to say. The revolution is not over. Ron Paul has not betrayed anyone. He has not sold anyone out. I'm not commenting on Rand right now because I don't know what his motives were. And frankly, none of us do. And until that comes out, I'm not making any judgments. I'm not going to try to get involved in any conspiracy theories. I have tons of theories going in my mind. What was going on in Rand's head? It doesn't concern me right now. It might concern the people of Kentucky when he's up for re-election. Frankly, it doesn't concern us right now. Now, when the truth comes out, the truth will come out, and people will look into it. But until then, let's focus on what really matters. Rand is not the movement. First of all, Ron Paul is the man who started the movement. Ron is the revolutionary. Rand is just another politician as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if he's a good one or a bad one yet, but he doesn't concern me. I'm not worried about him. He's not going to take any skin off my back. But this is a movement, this is a revolution, and that I'm going to keep taking seriously, and you should consider doing the same. I appreciate your time, guys. Have a nice day. Liberty lovers, keep fighting. This ain't over. This ain't over.